What's going on YouTube? This is Behold the Storm here again with a deck profile for the April 2014 format. I have Noble Knights and I've just recently completed. I've had the deck built for a long time. I was just missing two key cards that I felt the deck needed and I was finally able to trade them off of a friend of mine. And I'll come to those in a minute and I'll show you what they are. I have triple Noble Knight Midrot. Here's your combo maker. He's one of the main cards you want to see opening hand with a re-equipable Noble Arms if you're going to do the Sacred Noble Knight play. If not, he's even just good just to use, just to bring out maybe a Dristan. Dristan's cool because, Dristan, protects all your Noble Knights under 1700 attack. He makes pretty much all your plays happen. One of the best monsters. I would say he's number one. Definitely the second best monster in the deck is definitely Boars. He's your deck thinner. He brings out 3 spells. Your opponent randomly adds one to your hand, then the other 2 go to the grave, which is perfect. You literally just thinned your deck out 3 cards. And then the rest of the swords go to the grave, which, if you ever make the rank 4, rank 5 Noble Knight, then you can just pick 3 to re-equip, which is amazing. He basically sets up everything else. If you don't have Midrot first turn, it's really good to have Boars with an equip, just to be able to deck thin. And plus, if you have Queen, he becomes dark. So if you have Queen on him, he can become a Catastor. He can just destroy any monster by destroying Queen. Then I run 3 Gawain. If I was to bump any of the Noble Knights down from 3 to 2, it would probably be this guy. If you have Boars, Midrot, or Gwalchavad on the field with no equips, they're normal, and then so you can use his effect to special. I don't know. Sometimes I draw multiple copies of him and it's not very good. So if I was to change anything about the deck, I might take this guy down from 3 to 2 and then add in like a spell or something, maybe like a warrior returning alive or something. Because there's been many times I've thought about running that card because I've actually needed it in certain situations. I run 2 Dristan. This card's amazing, especially with Queen. Or you top deck this mid to late game, summon, then use Queen, you instantly pop a card. I would not bump him down from 2 to 1 at all. But at the same time, I wouldn't bump him up to 3. 3 would be too many. I run 1 Gwalchavad. This guy's really good for the OTK. I've gotten it off several times and it's a pretty potent combo. You top deck him mid to late game. You can, re-equip, or you can equip Gwen to him and then get one of your Noble Knights back, Gawain. And of course, he destroys the equip once you use the effect, so then he becomes normal again. Special Gawain, and then you can Xyz on up, maybe Exciton Knight, maybe 101. I run 2 Gwynethre. She is amazing. She makes this deck infinitely playable. And my phone's ringing, so just ignore that. And the last monsters I run of the deck are 2 Effect Veilers, and that's all the monsters. Moving on to the spells. It's quite a hefty spell lineup. So, first of all, I run triple Upstart. This is another combo deck. I seem to have an affinity for playing combo decks. And in combo decks, you have to have your combo pieces at the right time, and you need to be able to draw into them as often as possible. So Upstart really allows you to do that. Once the life points that your opponent gains off of this really don't matter when you can just control the field with Sacred Noble Knight. I run double Duality. I run double MST. I sideboard a 3rd one, that's why I only main deck 2. I run double Forbidden Lance just so that my plays can go off. If I have a Midrot and a re-equipable equip, and I'm going to go for that, Sacred Noble Knight play, Forbidden Lance is pretty key for that. I run double Kaiser Coliseum. These are the 2 cards that I've been waiting on for a long time in order to be able to play the deck how I want to play it. This card says your opponent cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless they have an answer to it, and this card is amazing. 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Dark Hole. For the equips, I run double Destiny. It's really important that you see a re-equipable equip as soon as possible, preferably your first hand, so I do run 2. I don't run 3. 3's too many. I wouldn't run 2 of these except for the fact that I just have to be able to see it as soon as possible. It just sucks that you can only control 1 on the face-up on the field at a time. I guess that makes it more fair, but anyways, that's why I don't run 3, but I have to run 2 just to be able to see it. I run 2 Excalibur, You could control more than one of these on the field. If this was re-equipable, I would run 3 of this sucker. This sucker is amazing. But anyways, yeah, it says your guys can't be targeted by card effects. I run 1 Caliburn. This card's amazing. I've won games single-handedly just by gaining life points back. And, you know, coming back from less than 1,000 life points to being able to make the rank 4, the rank 5 Artorias, and just grabbing this, gaining 5, and just every turn gaining 5, and just being able to come back from that is amazing. I wouldn't run 2 though, just because you can only control 1 face-up one, and this one's less important than Destiny, so I just only run 1 of this one. I run Arf Tour. I hate this card. I would not run this if it weren't for the fact that I need to run re-equipable ones with different names. The only reason this card is good is because you get to pop set cards. I just hate the fact that your guys lose 500 attack permanently. But I run it just because it's kind of a necessary evil, and I don't really like Gallatin either. The 1,000 attack is pretty good, but then, you know, every standby phase after that, your guy loses 200, which sucks. So if you can't pop it and re-equip it and reset it, you're kind of stuck with a decreasing attack, and I don't like that. Like I said, that one's a necessary evil as well. But those are all the spells. And for the traps, I run triple Reckless Greed. This is combo.deck. You have to have your combo pieces, and skipping a draw phase here and there is nothing when you have your entire setup on the field ready to go. You're controlling the board, being able to just draw off of these and then having to skip a draw phase or 2. You just have to be smart about how you play this card. If you draw 1, you might not want to set it and try to activate it. If you can wait till you get your setup, or wait till you draw a second or third one of these, preferably that would be amazing. That's when you want to activate it. You just have to be careful about when you activate this card. So that's my entire main deck. These are the only traps I run. Comment down in the section below. Tell me what you think about the deck. Tell me some changes that you would make or changes that you run differently in your deck. Let's have a discussion. So anyways, thanks. I'm out. I just realized I did that whole entire deck profile and forgot to give you the extra deck for it. So here we go. I run 2 of the rank 4 Noble Knights, 1 Maestroke, 1 Paladynamo, 1 Exciton Knight, 1 number 101, 1 Lavalval Chain, 1 Blade Armor Ninja, and 1 Excalibur for the OTK combo, 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 Abyss Dweller. I run 2 of the Sacred Noble Knight, the rank 5 guy, and 1 of the Gaia Dragon Thunder Charger, just to be able to overlay on top of him in case I need to. And 1 of the Synchro, the Ignoble Knight of Black Lancelot, or High Lancelot. And that's my deck profile. Thanks.